Good day, everyone. So, today we are going to discuss the part two of advanced productivity tools. After mail merge, let us now discuss Microsoft Office PowerPoint. Okay, let's start with custom animations. What are custom animations? In the simplest sense, animation is something that makes slide objects move on a slide. So, what are slide objects? These can be anything on a slide. These include text, like this one, or these, pictures, even charts, smart art, graphics, shapes, even your movie clips. So, to simply put, these are anything or any object you can put in your slide. What is a slide, by the way? This is one slide. Okay, so this is what you call your slide. In this case, this is page one or slide one. You will know the number of your slide by looking at the number or the number on its left side. Okay, so that is what custom animations is. So, how do you access custom animations? Of course, you need to go to your animations tab. Okay, so we also have what we call transitions. Let us first talk what is the difference between animations and transitions. When you say animations, it is a special effect that applies to an element on your slide. Whereas transition, this is a special effect that occurs when you exit one slide and move on to the next during a presentation. Or to simply put, we know that animation will have a special effect on any object inside your slide. Say this is slide 1 or slide 2 or slide 3, I mean. If you will look at the label, say this is slide 3. If I want to put effects in any of the object, let's say this one, in my slide 3, I can do that with the help of animations. But whereas in transition, it is the movement of the slide itself. This one, the slide itself. Animation, it's just the movement of the object in a slide. So let's check it out. So these are the movements or the transitions available. There's more class, so how do you know? How do you know the other transitions? You just simply click this one, the drop down, and you'll see the other effects. Okay? Now let's focus on animations, which is our topic. There are four categories in animations. Again, how do we access animation or how do we start with our animations? Firstly, we need to highlight the object that we need to animate. Okay, so let's take a look at this. If you've noticed, class, animations or effects under animations are all grayed out. Why is that so? Because you have not chosen or highlighted the object that you want to animate. Again, what are the objects in your slide? This could be anything. This could be text, pictures, even movie clips, etc. Okay? So take a look at it. It's still grayed out, but when I click this one, let's say this is what I want to animate. So it's now available. You can now click that. And again, where do I access my animations? It is in animations tab. Okay? You can only see a few of them. How do you check out the others? So just click the drop down here for more. Then basically, class, there are four types. You have your entrance, emphasis, exit, and motion paths. You can see a lot of entrance effects already, but for you to see everything, you can go here. More entrance effects. Or you can go to more entrance effects if you want to check out other emphasis effects. So you go to more emphasis effects. For exit, you go to exit, motion paths. You just go to more to be able to see all of them. Let's say in our entrance. So just click more entrance effects. Then you'll see all of them. Then you can choose from them. Okay, you can drag this, by the way. Then you can just choose whatever you want to apply. There's an auto preview for that. You just have to check this class so that whatever you apply here will just appear here, okay? Or the preview that you will do. So you can see it real time. Okay, let's say I would want to choose um let's say expand. I'll just have to click OK, then choose expand. By the way, class, do you see these numbers? These numbers in tiny boxes are actually the order of how your animation or when your animation will play. Let's say since this is one, then this will be played first. So that is how it works. Can I possibly reorder this? Yes, class. How can you reorder it? You can. You have to highlight the tiny box that you want to adjust. Let's say I want to adjust the third one. So I just have to click that. Then you just have to go here. This is reorder animation, move earlier or move later. And you can only click this when you highlight the tiny box. This one, let's say 3, meaning this is the third to be played, right, with animation. So let me click 3, then you can click it now. So I can move it to earlier. So it became 2, earlier, still earlier 1, and so on. But in this case, I just wanted to just a number 3, okay? But how do you reorder your animation? Just check reorder animation, then click either move earlier or later depending on how you want it. Okay, but what if I want to move this earlier because I want this to be the first one to be animated? I just have to click again, move earlier or move later depending on what I want it or where I want when I want it to be played with the others. No, is it after or before the other animations? So let's say 4, I want to move it to 1. So it's 1 now. So of course, by default, the one will become 2, right? Or the first one that should have been animated will become 2 now since you've already moved an animation to the first spot. So it will just move backward for those that are already existing when you make changes, okay? Backward or of course forward depending on the changes that you will make. Now let's try to play this slide. By the way, class, how do you play your slide? You can go to slideshow tab just beside animations. Then you can either choose from the beginning if you want it to play from the beginning. So it's very understandable. From current slide, meaning if you want to play it from the current slide that you're trying to access, in this case, this slide, or you can choose custom slideshow and you will have your options. But of course, class, if you just want to play this one to check on the effects, there's also a shortcut. You can just click this. You see my cursor? I hope you do. So on the bottom part, so it says the label is slideshow if you see that, class. So that is how you play it. Let's try. So if you've noticed, the two aren't here yet because I chose entrance animation for them. Okay, so this is the first one that you will be played, and this is the second one. So question, why is or what is the reason why these part right here, the last three didn't move? Because class, the animation that we chose for them is different. So if you take a look at emphasis, the animation that we chose for that, by the way, I already put the animation there. That's why you were not able to see on how I did that. But if you want to do animations, just always go to animation tab, highlight what you want to animate, then you click drop down, then you choose whatever animation you want, okay? So for entrance animation, it animates the appearance or the arrival. Since in this case, I only choose entrance for the first two, that's why they are only the objects that disappeared and then appeared later on to play their animations. The other three didn't here because I didn't add any for motion path and for these motion paths, right? And for these two, I added for the third one, I added emphasis for the third animation. That's another type. Then I added exit. Okay, so what is emphasis now? We know that entrance animation will be for the appearance or the arrival. Emphasis class, the content or object is already there. You are just trying to draw attention to an element by either changing its size or appearance or by making it move. For exit, this is the departure. So just take note if entrance is for appearance or arrival, exit is for the departure of the object. Question, can I use animation for, say, not a text, because this is text, right? Let's say I want to use picture, I want to animate that. Can I do it? The answer is yes, because again, you can animate any object inside your slide, even picture or text, etc. Okay, I hope that's clear for everyone. Let's go to emphasis and how I did this. Say I just wanna add emphasis here. So in my case, I already chose brush color. If you want to check more, you just have to go to more emphasis effects. You can choose from here, but if you want to see all your options, go to more emphasis effects, then you choose it. So you choose what you like. Let's say brush color. So again, class, why is the preview showing? Because we check the preview effect. So meaning we can just see what we, so we can just preview what we chose. So if you want that class, choose that. Let's say let's choose brush color, then okay. Because again, it draws attention to an element by changing its size, appearance, or by making it move. But then again, this is neither arrival nor departure. The object is already there. You're just emphasizing it. Okay? Exit is departure. Now let's play them. So this is entrance. Entrance. Obviously, let's take a look at emphasis. So exit. So since we only added the exit animation for exit, then it will only play its animation upon exit. So that's why if you've noticed, there's no animation upon entrance or during the slide, because it will just be during exit. Motion paths is as is because, or this part right here, the line about motion paths is as is because we did not add animations. But of course, we can. Okay, so I hope that's clear for everyone. Now, class, let's go to how do we change effects. I've already discussed that. And you can also apply multiple animation effects to an object. So you're not limited to just applying one. Okay, just the same process, you highlight it, then you choose the effects that you like or animation effects. So again, how do we check the other animations? We just have to click more or the drop down, right? And then we go to more effects. What tab do we go to? Animations tab. Okay, now class, let's talk about the fourth one. We're done talking about entrance, emphasis, exit, and now let's talk about motion paths. These are path effects that are classified in subcategories of basic, lines and curves, and special to reflect the type and direction of movement in the motion path. So, motion path, of course, it's a movement. There's a certain path that it will follow. You'll see that later. You can build on more than 60 motion paths to precisely animate slide content. Now, I want you to take a look at this example. So, take a look at how they move. So, these are examples, class, of your motion paths. But how do we do motion path? So, basically, once you do this class, this is how it looks like. For example, the green point is the start, the red is the end point. So let's take a look at this example. So this is how it looks like. Let's say this one. This is the start point and this is the end point. And you can adjust this, okay? Let's say I just want to adjust the movement. Just want it to move this way. So of course you can just do that. Okay, so you can just adjust it, class. The way you want it, you want to adjust it. Okay, it to be smaller. So you can do that. This one, I want to move it a little bit higher. So you can make adjustments. Then when you play that, so look at that. So the changes already applied. But how do we do motion paths? We simply still go to animations. You highlight the object you want to animate. In this case, I just inserted this. You can animate anything, right? Any object. In my case, I use this one. So you can either, maybe if you want to animate your own picture or anything, you can just do it. You can maybe go to insert tab. Insert tab, you can choose shapes or icons that you want to move. In my case, I chose icons. That's why I got this. So just have to wait for it. Then I can choose any icon that I want. For example, I want to choose this. I just have to click that, insert, then I'll put that here. Then I can add movement for that. So how do I add a movement for that? I have to highlight it. I have to go to what tab again for transition? I mean for animations, we go to, of course, animations tab. Then I would want to add motion path to this. Can I possibly use entrance or exit effects or emphasis? Of course. You may, however, class in this example, let's use motion path. I cannot see it. What do we do again? We click the drop down, this one, this arrow. I have to click it then in order for me to see everything or all my options, I have to click more motion path. So I can just drag this on the side since we click preview effect, meaning we can preview the changes that we applied. Okay. So I suggest that you click this, and then if this pops up, you just put this aside so you can see the effects. Let's say I want, so these are the motion paths that you can choose. Let's say I want it to um so you can just choose anything, even for your presentation. So let's say I just want to use this one, the S curve to, or let's say the spiral. So I want to choose the spiral. Then I'll have to click OK. All right, so I have my spiral here now. Let's try to play that. Then this was the one we added. Okay, so that is how it works, class. Let's say I want to adjust it. Where is the beginning point again? The one with green color is the beginning or start point. The red is the end point. So I hope that's clear for everybody. So of course, class, I can just drag it. I just have to click the icon so I can make my adjustments. Or this one, the spiral. So I will have to click that and I can just drag it. So I want it to move this way, for example. So let's play it. Okay, do you see the difference now? So that is how motion paths work. I hope that's clear with everyone. Again, class, where can we find motion paths? In what tab? So that's in animations tab. I hope that's clear with everybody. Okay, now let's move on. So how do we check for more? We just have to click more. Then we can adjust the timing and speed, say the movement. If I want to adjust it, so let's go back to this one. Let's say I want to adjust it, I can just go to animation pane. So animation pane on top, right? So here, animation pane. I hope you can see it. So I just have to click that. Things I want you to take note are these. So basically, what are these numbers again? These are the order of your effect. So you just check the label. Let's say I just want to adjust the second one. So I will look for number 2. Where is number 2? Number 2 is here, so that is the one that will be adjusted. So I just have to click drop down and then I'll click effect options or timing. Either way, the same will appear, this one. So I can just do that. Now, class, how do I make adjustment? So what's important here is timing. Let's say, what is the purpose of delay? Let's say you want to delay the start of your animation. Let's say I will choose on click or with previous, after previous, whatever. Let's say I'll choose on click and then I will delay it for 5 seconds. So this is the settings for your start. When I click, my animation will start. But since I added, let's say, a delay for 5 seconds, even if I click it, I will have to wait for 5 seconds before it will play. So if you want to do that, you can do that, or you can just set a time on your delay. So let's say you don't want to really click, you just want it to play smoothly as you discussed, then maybe you can put you can make adjustments or you can add a delay there so when you speak it will just move whenever you want it to move or in the estimated time based on how long you will have to talk or whatever that is. So that is the purpose of delay. Duration, class, it is called as duration, but this controls the speed. Okay, again, it is called duration, but it controls the speed. And for speed, you only have six options here. Okay, here, but say I would want it to be extremely slow. And what are we trying to edit again, class? It says here two, so let's look for two, just this one. Okay, so let's say let's choose that. Repeat, class, is very easy to understand how many times or the number of times you want your animations to repeat. Rewind is if you want to rewind everything when done playing, so you can just check that. Repeat is for the animation itself, or the specific animation, in this case number two, or the second one, which is this, right? So you can choose to repeat that. So if you don't really want it to end until you go to the next or end of the slide, then you may, or until you click next, or you click, no, until you click. So if you want to repeat that, you can do that. So these are your options. In this case, let's just choose none. So again, class, if you want to adjust the speed, what do you adjust in PowerPoint? The duration. Okay. I'll click OK now. Let's try to play it. So this will just affect these. So if you've noticed, it's extremely slow because we chose 20. So what if, Miss, I want to adjust it to like just say 15? Can I possibly do that? So yes, class. So if you will check it from here, these are just your options, or these are the only options you have. But if you feel like you need more time, so just click OK for the changes to apply. But if you feel like you need more time, you can just go here. So you can just adjust the manually adjust the delay with the time you want it to be, which you can also do here. The one I've showed you earlier, or you can adjust the duration anytime you want it to be. Because if you've noticed, we have only limited options when we access the timing, right? So you can just click it from here. So I hope you can see my cursor. Okay, let's say I want it to be this is counted by, say I want it to be like this. So you can just make any adjustments that you want. Okay. So that is how it works, class. If you have questions, please comment them down. So you can also set the start time. So this was what I've shown you earlier. If it's on click after next slide, so you can find this in your animation pane. Okay. So animation pane, which looks like this, I've shown you this earlier. So this is how do you set the start time. Here, it has the label start, and these are the options that you can click. So you have on click with previous or after. So if you want it to start when you click it, so you can choose on click. If you want it to start with previous, you can, or after previous. You want it to start after the previous slide is played. So, class, again, what's the purpose of reorder animation? Since it's on the side, it is if you want to change the order of your animation. How do you know the order? By just looking at it through these tiny box or boxes that you will see with their numbers. In this case, it's just one. So, meaning it's the first one and there's no other animation. Oh, no, there's one. This one. So, this will play second. This will play first. Let's play it again for you to see it. First, second. So, I hope you're able to see that. Repeat or rewind, I've mentioned that. Normally, when an animated object has run out its course, it stays at its endpoint and appears to its final form. But if you want the effect or to make adjustment to the effect, you can set an animation effect to return to its original state, or you can just repeat that. And again, you can find that in animation pane, okay? Or you can go to animations tab, like here. You can just say, I want to highlight this, just there's no animation, so I can't do that. Let's look for something that has animation. Let's say this one, like this one. So of course it will just show on the side. Then you can just click this. You can see the drop down, then you choose. But then again, class, as I've mentioned, you can either choose effect options and timing. Anyway, they're just in one tab. I mean, yeah, one interface, and then just have to change tabs. So that's it, class. That is how it works. So again, if you have questions, just comment them down below. So now, class, let's talk about inserting hyperlink. So how do you insert a hyperlink or simply your link? Okay. So how do I insert hyperlink in my Microsoft PowerPoint? You simply have to go to insert. So where do you go, class? Insert. So let's click insert. When you click insert, you can insert a lot of stuff. I advise that you just navigate through this, you explore. So these are the things that you can insert. You can even insert text box. Let's say there's no text box here and you want to add one, you can just click that, you drag it, then you type anything. So you now have a text box. And of course, you can insert other things. Okay, so in my case, let's say I would want to insert a link. So how to insert hyperlink? We are on our slide 20. So it's not so clear, class, because I only chose a certain point of the screen, but this is slide 20. So let's say I would want to add a hyperlink. Class, you can put a hyperlink to any object in your slide. What are the objects of your slide again? We've discussed that earlier, right? Example, even text, pictures, clip art, whatever that is. Okay, let's say I want to add a hyperlink using shapes. So again, I will go to insert, or even if you want to add your picture, class, you can do that as well. Again, any object. So in my case, I want to choose shape. Let's say I want to choose arrow. So let's choose an arrow. Let's say like this one. So since we are in slide 20, for example, I want this to go to my previous slide. So how do I click this? Or I want this to go to the first slide or any slide. Let's say I want it to go to slide 1. You can add label. You may or may not add label. Okay, again, you may or may not add label. It's up to you, class. So in my case, I just want to add it so that my other users will be guided. So I am on slide 20. Let's say I want to click or insert this, link this to slide 1. I just have to highlight or click this or this. But I suggest you click the icon. Then there are three easy ways to do it. You can either go to insert again, then you click link. So it will be grayed out, class, if you have not highlighted anything. So if you've noticed, the link here is grayed out. So I have to click it for it to show. So I can either click that and it will show this, or I can right click, then I will click hyperlink. It will show the same tab. Or I can simply press the control button and the K button. So control K. What's the shortcut for hyperlink? That's control K. All right. So these are the options that you will see if you want to insert link or hyperlink. So we have existing file or web page, place in this document, create new document, and email address. If you want to link it to an email, so you can choose email address. If you want to link it to a new document, let's say you want to maybe create a new PowerPoint, so you can also do that. So when you discuss and play your PowerPoint, you don't have to pull up another PowerPoint. You just have to click this link, for example, if you want to use it. So all you need to do, class, is to, if you choose edit the new document later, when you click OK, you can edit that later. Let's say when you play the PowerPoint, or by the time you play the PowerPoint, or when you click that. When you choose edit the new document now, when you click OK, it will let you edit the current document. Okay. And then this is the path where you would want to save it. So you can just click change if you want to change the path. Basically, where you want to save it. Okay. So that is how it works. And what about this one? If you've noticed, you cannot click OK yet because you have not named your file. This is where you name your file. Let's say hello link. So if you've noticed, you can now click OK because you have now named your file. Okay, so you can now click OK. That is how you will do if you want to link to a new document. But then, plus, these are the file names or the options. No, the type of files that you want to link. Now let's talk about the third option, or this one. Existing file or web page. This is the easiest, class. You will use this if you want to link an existing file in your computer or drive, or if you want to link a website. So how do you do it? Let's say by clicking this arrow, let's just disregard the slide one label for now. Let's say by clicking this arrow, or you can simply say go to discussion of go to ICT discussion. So you'll change this, the label, to go to ICT discussion. So you can simply, so let's take a look. So you can simply choose a file you want to link. It will automatically show there. Okay, then you can click OK. Or if you want to link a website, so am I limited to these files? No, class. You can click this drop down and choose the folder where you save that file that you want to share. But what if I just want to share a website? So you can just empty this. So let's say www.google.com. So whenever I will have to click the certain object, it will bring me to Google. So I'll just click OK. But I won't show it in the demo class because it will take our time. But for sure, once you click OK, the link will be here. And when you play it, let's say you play it, and when you click it, it will bring you to google.com. So that is how you do it. Okay. So Control K, the shortcut. So you can also, how do I remove link? Say I decided to not link that part. I will just change the one I want to link. So you can just click remove link. So it is now removed. How do I add my link, class? Here, or you can right click hyperlink, or you can Control K, then you can see those. All right. Let's say go to Google. Let's say I wanna put an icon here that will tell the user to let's say go to Google, or go to, let's say, this one. So this is just to prove to you that I can use icons as well. So let's say I will make a link out of, can I change the color of this? Of course, class, you can change it. Okay, so you can change it. So just practice. Let's say I want to link it to this file, then I'll click OK. So whenever I play that, and if I click this, class, it will bring me, if you've noticed, if I hover my mouse, it will show me the file that where it will link to. So that is how it works. And I will just, what if I want to remove it again? I want to remove the link or change the link. I just have to click hyperlink again, or simply press Control and then letter K. And I can just remove the link or change it here. If I want to remove it, I'll click remove link, and I have to make sure that it's removed. So it's not there anymore. If I click that, nothing will happen anymore. Okay, just move to the next slide. So let me delete that. Now, class, let's go to these options. So we're done talking about the three options. Let's talk about place in this document. I want you to take note of this, okay? When we say place in this document, this will hyperlink a slide to another slide in the same file. Again, on the same file. Let's say this one. This is just one file. Now our PowerPoint discussion file. So we can just link a slide to another, but it should be in one file. Let's say I want to link my first slide. I cannot link it to another file or PowerPoint that I created. It should be in this PowerPoint. So where are my slides here? Only among these slides. So that is placed in this document. Let's say this one, I wanted to go to slide 1. So what do I choose, class? It's gone. So what do I choose? I will choose place in this document. Because this one is for existing, right? If you want to link existing file or a website. So I will go to place in this document, because again, that will help you link one slide to another on the same file. Let's say, okay, I want to link it to the very first page. So how do you know? On the left side, class, are the pages. So, question, why is it some just appear to be, let's say, like this one, the slide number and not the name? So, actually, class, these will just follow your slide title. Like this one, my slide title is MS PowerPoint. This one is custom animations. So, it will follow the slide title. But if you don't have any slide title, by default, it will just name it slide and then the number of the slide. Let's say slide 7, because there's no title here. That's why it just named it the number of the slide, which is 7, and then the word slide, like the others. So let's say I want to link it to my first slide. So you can have here first last, the next of the slide that you're working on, or the previous slide. Or to be safe, you can just take a look at the slide titles and take a look at the left side for their correct order. Let's say I want to link it to the slide one, I'll just click OK. Now, how does slide one look like? It looks like this, right? So when we play this, let's check if it will bring us to slide one. When we click the arrow class, it brought us to slide one. So that is how it works. Let's say, okay, I also want to make an arrow that will bring it back to slide 20, right? That was slide 20. So I'll make an arrow now. So let's say go to slide 20 or go back to slide 20, whatever you want to label that. So am I done? Not yet. I have to link. So how do I link, class? I have to link through place in this document. Then I'll look for slide 20 because I want to link it to slide 20. I'll click OK. When we play that class, okay, let's say I want to go to slide 20 now. So it's here. I want to go back to slide 1. It's here. So I hope that's clear, class. Just navigate the rest. You can use any object and try to hyperlink. These are, by the way, my sources. So if you have questions, please comment them down below and make sure to watch this because this is part of our coverage. Thank you everyone for listening. Have a nice day and I'll see you soon. Bye, class.